Well, this is a different intro, isn't it? Yep, that's right. I'm trying out something new. I'm trying out something where I put the intro after a little bit at the start, a little bit of a cold open type thing. Yeah, I think it will help, especially if there's any new viewers coming in. It will help them get into the video before seeing the intro rather than just the intro, because I reckon they'll just turn it off as soon as they see an intro. So yeah, this is what it's going to be like from now on. Please tell me in the comments if you like it, and if you don't like it, please just tell me what you think. But for the foreseeable future, this is the way I'm going to do it, but we'll see how it goes, won't we? Let's get into the review, shall we? Hello everybody, my name is Bragster, and today I'm going to be reviewing Fox's War of the Worlds. Now, this is an adaptation of the book, the multiple movies, the other TV shows of War of the Worlds. There's been so many adaptations of this, so many interpretations as well of what the story is and how the story should be told. This again is a very different one. Now, Fox is obviously an American TV show company, but they've been working with a French production company together, so it's part English, part French. So some of it is in subtitles. However, like, don't worry about that. Like, I hate subtitles. I hate it. Like, I don't really like reading while I'm watching something, but you become so invested in the show, you forget that you're reading subtitles for a lot of it, because every piece of information you get is important. And if you can't tell by that, then yeah, I really enjoyed this show. Really did. Now, it probably does help. I love War of the Worlds. I love Tom Cruise's version in about 2005, and I quite enjoyed BBC's version last year. Now, this also came out last year, but I've only just got around to watching it. I know I'm a late comer to it, but, you know, I'm still going to give you my thoughts on it. Now, it was really good. Really, really good. But I'll warn you now, there's a season 2. If you haven't seen it, then thank God you already know there's going to be a season 2. If you have already seen it, you'll understand why I'm putting this at the beginning, because it was one of the most annoying things. And not in a bad way, it just... I've always, when going into it, I thought it was a 1 season done. I thought it was like a 1 season special. I didn't think it had longevity to it. I thought it would be a 1 season special and we'd get answers. You don't get answers. You get some answers, but you don't get a lot. Like, you come away with a lot of questions. It reminds me, if any of you have seen it, of the first season of Falling Skies. Now, the first season of Falling Skies, by the end of it, you've got a lot more questions than you have answers. And that's fine, because if any of you have seen the future of Falling Skies, it's a phenomenal show. Like, it is a really good show. Like, not one of the best, but for sci-fi, it's really good. And I mean, this does a similar vein, you know. The monsters, you hardly see them for 4 episodes, I think it is. You hardly see them. You know, they really keep the mystery there. Now, I've criticised shows in the past for, you know, putting... like, not putting enough information in front of me, you know. But this one, it gave us enough, but held so much back. It is, like, but it's not as if, for me, it's not like the showrunners don't know what they're talking about. I have a feeling they know the background of each and every character. They know roughly, like, you know, they know the future of the series. I think they've planned the whole of the series out, and they just felt that a break here was the right decision, and I'm fine with that. It doesn't feel like they've got some sort of, you know, let's stop here because we want to, you know, like, elongate the series. No, it was 8 episodes long, 8 hours. and yeah, it just passed by. Sorry if you can hear a truck outside. It wasn't stop start. It was from the off, bang, right. There's been shows before. Don't like calling shows out a lot of the time, but you know, the apocalyptic shows. Now the only one I properly watched is Walking Dead. There was also one on Netflix, a zombie-ish show. There's been other like sci-fi, you know, death shows. Problem is, a lot of them are scared, right? And a lot of them are scared to kill people off, which I understand. I get that. I get you would be scared, you know. You don't want to kill off characters that the fans love, and especially if you're doing multiple seasons, you know, you want to really keep the characters that the fans love. But oh boy, this show, they didn't stop, did they? They killed and killed and killed. I think the least amount of deaths in an episode was like 1 or 2. Was the least amount. Like, there wasn't a single episode where someone didn't die. Like, it didn't have to be a main character every time, but don't get me wrong, there were characters that I thought were going to last a while. Well, even my dad thought. The thing is, I watched this with my dad, and we were discussing it, you know, as you do when you watch the show with anyone, and we genuinely thought certain characters were going to survive, and they died within a couple of episodes. You know, sometimes you got introduced to a character, half an hour later they're dead. Like, you don't get enough, like, but the thing is, you get enough time to, like, how do I put this, you get enough time to connect with them, right? You get enough time to connect with these characters, and then they kill them off. And it kills every time. Certain deaths really, really got to me. You know, certain deaths were like, oh my god, you know, jaw dropping. And I like that. The music that they used every episode, beautiful. I can't find half of the music because they didn't make a soundtrack, but a lot of the music in this show, mwah, it was beautiful. I know I'm talking about music a lot, but this one, a lot of, even if it was just normal music, as in like not orchestral, just a genuine music, like music with words and stuff. Even if it was just that, the music was perfect. It set the scene every time. You know, the use of basically how the aliens found them was that they were sending off music into space to hope, in binary code, to hopefully communicate with the aliens. Now, the aliens sent back the same song with all the words, not in binary, perfect. And it freaks you out. The first time you hear that, it freaks you out because you're like, what's going on? I don't want to give much away about the plot because it tells the story perfectly. There's like, you know, they send a message into space, communication back, they arrive, all of a sudden there's these hunting dog machines that go out and kill everyone. Literally everyone. It's beautiful. It's so good. You're so nervous, you're on the edge of your seat, because I think the thing is they put this thing forwards where it's like, oh, you know, let's just, you know, if you killed like one main character off, I wouldn't have been on the edge of my seat. But the fact that they were constantly killing characters off, every time a character had to go on a scavenger hunt or anything, I felt nervous. I felt like they were going to die. And that's the way these sort of shows should make you feel. I've spoken about it so many times. These are the shows, for me, that usually don't do enough. They don't kill enough people off. They don't, you know, because, no offence, if there's an apocalypse, I should be scared every time someone leaves the house to go on a scavenger hunt. And there's so many apocalyptic shows that make you not scared. You know, you'll be like, oh, it's okay because blah blah's on the trip. You know, if you get what I mean, like, it's like, oh, because this person's on the trip means they're not gonna die. It doesn't mean that. You know, sometimes 5 people will leave and only 4 or 3 will come back. That's the attitude, that's the feeling you get every time, and it's beautiful. I would like to point out, this is a dark show as well. Really is dark. Now, I'm not going to reveal some of the dark things, but there's a bit of gore in it. There's also really dark storylines. Really dark storylines. Like, it's not for the faint-hearted, and it's not like Tom Cruise 2005 War of the Worlds, where, to be honest, I used to watch it as a kid. If I'd watched that as a kid, I wouldn't have enjoyed it. It's very much an adult show, with some of the themes in it, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm not criticising it for that, but I think it's worth noting and worth telling you, because I don't want you guys watching it and not knowing that it's going to be dark. It's a lot darker than you would expect from a show called War of the Worlds. You know, it's a lot darker, but I thought I'd point that out. But for me, this show, one of my favourites recently. However, I say that on the condition that season 2 is good. Because if season 2 isn't good, season 1 was worthless. Season 1 set me up ready for season 2. I can't wait for season 2 to come out. As I said, I've only ever got this feeling when watching Falling Skies. As in terms of sci-fi shows and apocalyptic shows, I only got this feeling in Falling Skies that I really want the next season to come. I want answers. So, yeah, I'm really excited for the next season, and I hope you guys are too, if any of you guys have watched it. So yeah, if you guys have seen it, put it down in the comments down below. What did you think about this TV program? Did it live up to your expectations? Did it exceed them? Because for me personally, I think it exceeded them. Not by much. I would like to point that out. Not by much, but enough, you know, of a baseline. You know, I have that middle ground, but this was above it. Was it for you, or was it below par? Did you not really enjoy it? Tell me in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you like this video. Of course, it just helps me to know what you like and what you don't like. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, as I have many more of these things on the channel to come. So yeah, just hit that subscribe and you won't miss a thing. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. See ya!